Hi, my name's Rob Scott from UC Today News. Hope you're doing well. So today I'm joined by Natalie Mullin, who's the product marketing lead for the Zoom developer platform at Zoom, who will be guiding us through the power of Zoom's developer platform, their latest innovations, and also what's coming up on the horizon. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. Just before we kick off, how about just tell us very quickly, who you are and what you do at Zoom, and kind of what your day job is, if you don't mind.
Yeah, happy to. So definitely a jack of many trades. My role here at Zoom, I've been here for a little over 14 months. I joined initially as product marketing manager for our app marketplace, focused on developers, and that quickly expanded as I joined right before Zoomtopia, October 2020. So at the height of all of the things, and was focused on marketplace, as I said, then helped launch on Zoom, the events marketplace, was quickly brought into the SDK core team, working very closely with our platform engineers, product managers, and really just, when I joined, there was a huge opportunity to really knit together things that, at least from the outside, were kind of being positioned as disparate parts, kind of related, not super clear on how or why, or maybe there was no real awareness of some of the developer platform components that exist or have existed for a while, like our app marketplace. That's been around since 2018, and it's been very central to our dev platform growth. And we've seen a lot of organic demand for developer solutions. So as we've seen that demand grow, my role has really expanded. But what's amazing about Zoom is that our leadership is so committed to continually bringing things to market for our customers, and developers are certainly a customer audience of ours that, it's been really, I have a great problem as a product marketer. I've been a product marketer for many years. And usually you're trying to find product market fit, and I have a very special appreciation for the fact that we have a lot of opportunity before us, and I'm really excited to be at the forefront of the product marketing and the strategy, and working very closely with the teams that are building out the developer platform.
There's lots to talk about, but first of all, can we firstly define what the Zoom developer platform is, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So our developer platform is it's made up of a number of components. So we've got our solutions, we've got our tools, developer resources, we've got our app and our developer ecosystem. These are all critical to the overall story of the developer platform and its relevance. Our solutions include our SDKs, as well as our extensive library of APIs that allow developers to integrate Zoom in some way into an app, a platform, a website, a service. We've got our developer tools that we're building out and bringing to market shortly, some of which we actually announced at Zoomtopia a couple months ago. We've got our entire app ecosystem that includes third-party apps. These are apps that have integrated Zoom into them. We have Zoom apps that are third-party apps that are integrated into Zoom. We've got SDK apps that are also now, very shortly going to be able to be listed on the app marketplace. And certainly last but not least, we've got our app marketplace. Our SDKs, our core SDKs right now are our meeting and video SDKs. And really our meeting SDK is about embedding the core Zoom meeting experience into an app, platform, or service for organizations, SMBs, startups, large enterprises that really want to make it seamless for their users to start, schedule, join Zoom meetings. We also have our video SDK, which is really bringing our core trademark video functionality, audio functionality, and engaging meeting features directly into an app. But the key difference there is it looks, feels, and smells like your app. So we allow for full customization with the video SDK. Our APIs, over the years, we've expanded our suite of APIs extensively. There are now hundreds across all types of functionality that work across phone, webinar, rooms, you name it. And many have come, frankly, from listening to the demand from the developer market. Calendly, for example, I love using this example. I actually did a session with them at Zoomtopia. They built an integration using our APIs where you can schedule and start and join a Zoom meeting within the Calendly scheduling platform. They've had this for several years, and it's enabled them to, I think the number right now is 48 million plus Zoom meetings have been scheduled through the Calendly platform.
Wow.
And I love that story because yes, it highlights what's possible with Zoom, but it also shows what's possible using Zoom as a business scales and grows, and sees their customer base really rapidly expand. I love that we can be there and be a part of that growth for developers across the spectrum.
Yeah, it's interesting. I imagine, for the millions and millions of Zoom users out there, we don't know this exists, but actually, it's a huge part of Zoom's business, isn't it? So
it's a huge part. Yeah, absolutely. And, we have our app marketplace. That is really an important destination, not just for distributing and discovering apps to use with Zoom. It's where IT admins go to manage their organizational, Zoom account, big, small, everything in between, where they manage user requests for apps. It's where developers go and set up a developer account, get credentials, view our extensive dev doc site, and just get started with building their integration. It currently houses, I think we're close to a big milestone there, but we have well over 1,500 apps and integrations that are on the marketplace, and that includes, Zoom apps, which were really big for us. Those were generally available starting July of this year, but it's just a huge destination for developers. I think another really key piece that's really worth mentioning as part of our developer platform is we have the Zoom Apps Fund. So that also launched this past summer, and we actually just announced a second wave of apps. And these are portfolio companies that are building innovative applications across a variety of verticals and use cases that Zoom is really committed to supporting. A lot of people hopefully know Eric started his career as a developer. Brendan, our CTO, who I work very closely with on building out the developer platform, also comes from the developer world. And so, it really is an important investment, not just in terms of money, but in terms of people and industry that Zoom is committed to as part of the fund and the developer platform.
That's great. And in terms of where we are today, I know there's lots happening, but just talk us through the kind of tools and opportunities that there are for developers right now on the Zoom platform.
Yeah, so again, we have our SDKs. The process of getting started is, and that's one of the things that I love about Zoom, is that we don't overly gate things. Frankly, I think we make it relatively easy for developers to get started, to get up and running. And I love that, that open approach. We try and be as open as possible. It's something that kind of runs through the core of Zoom culture, I would say. And I think it's also really critical for the developer audience. Getting started with our APIs, our meeting SDK, our video SDK, it's really a matter of just going to our marketplace, signing up for a developer account, getting credentials, and you can get up and running as quickly as your skill set enables you to do.
That's great. And, in terms of why developers should use Zoom to build on, if they're looking for a video SDK or meetings API, why choose Zoom versus its competitors?
I think that Zoom's ease of use is a key differentiator, certainly on the meeting side that a lot of customers across the globe are familiar with, and we've definitely extended that to the developer platform. The barrier to entry is not, insurmountable. Developers don't need a super specialized set of credentials or a super specialized skill set to get started. When it comes to wanting people to get in and leverage our functionality, we've kept Zoom very open. Developers are human beings. They have a lot of competing interests for their time. Let's make access to solutions and tools equitable and not unnecessarily burdensome, so that ultimately end users are getting access to the truly best of breed applications that are being powered by the performance, the scale, the reliability that everybody knows Zoom to possess. Our SDKs are flexible in the sense that we're not forcing developers to commit to building for a single OS or with a single framework. Our Meeting SDK, for example, is available for iOS, for Mac, for Windows, for Android, for mobile, for desktop, for web, and supporting a variety of frameworks. We just brought React Native support to our Video SDK. Who doesn't love the chance to build once for distribution across multiple app stores? It's really important for us that we're enabling developers not just to build, but to actually go to market. We're constantly expanding our library of APIs based on feedback, not just from developers, but also from our UC customers, who are also actually developing their own apps integration. So, we're able to really scale up or just scale with developers at the level that they need our support and scale up with them as they grow. Using the Calendly example, they started with us several years ago and now they're huge. And it's really exciting to see that. They've just launched an enterprise grade solution based on the growth that they were able to see through the product where they built the Zoom integration.
Well, that's a great example, isn't it? And as you say, started from just something very small, and now millions and millions of meetings are flowing through their platform as well. So what a great partnership!
Powerful. It's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of what's happening recently and what's on the horizon, can you talk us through some of the latest updates?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to. So I did just mention React Native for Video SDK. So that was really big, and that was something that was, a very deliberate investment of ours. We got a lot of feedback from developers on that one. And certainly as soon as we came out with that, we had a tidal wave of new suggestions from developers that we're evaluating. We just had Zoomtopia. We announced Jumpstart at Zoomtopia. This is currently in internal beta, and we're looking at general availability very soon. What it is, it's our new app building tool that essentially makes it easier for developers to move faster when they don't need, let's say, full customization of their app. But they do need, industry-leading, reliable video to show up in an app. It's as simple as entering a few pieces of information, some key configuration fields, some branding inputs, as well as platform options, and then Jumpstart will generate the code that brings Video SDK functionality straight into an existing app. We do have plans to expand this to other developer platform solutions. I can't share much more there, but for us, this is the developer platform bringing table stakes things to market that developers expect from any company positioning as a developer platform. So we're really excited about that and to bring some additional tools to market. We also announced some big updates to our Meeting SDK at Zoomtopia, and those are shipping soon. So OAuth 2.0 for Meeting SDK, obviously an industry standard protocol, but this also means that now Meeting SDK apps can be listed on the app marketplace. So again, we're actively working on ways that we can help developers not only get to market faster with tools like Jumpstart, but be more discoverable in more places, expanding distribution channels that benefit them and connect them to potential new customers. We're also making a number of improvements to the app marketplace experience and making enhancements to things like taxonomy and updating app categories to ultimately make it easier to map developers to end users and to make it easier for end users to discover the apps and integrations built by various segments of our developer ecosystem, to make sure we're more aligned with where and how and what customers are searching for, the use cases that we're seeing in the year 2021, surfaced by customers, and the demand that developers are seeing, frankly, for what they're building. So, again, it's very much our obligation as a developer platform to be there for developers. Again, just being on the development process and to be there for the go-to-market process, but to also do our part to really help, map what they've built to customers, what they need. And so with this taxonomy and this category update, we'll definitely be making things that I think are going to make a really big impact when it comes to, the usage of all the apps and integrations that are on our marketplace. Expect to hear more soon, but we've got a lot of this stuff rolling out within the next few months.
That's fantastic. Loads happening, and I love the philosophy of being open and flexible, and really just allowing or enabling developers just to get things done nice and efficiently. So fantastic. Hats off to you.
Yeah, that's so key. I will say prior to being at Zoom, I was focused on developers and SaaS marketplaces and other roles. And I love the overall dynamic of marketplaces and multi-sided networks because of the opportunity that they offer to the underdog, whether it's, sports. I'm a big F1 fan. So this last weekend was very interesting. But I really believe in doing what we can to make the development space more equitable, to give newer entrants to an app category, for example, access to the tools that they need, and really, drive healthy competition. That it ultimately, a rising tide raises all ships. It really just it brings out the best in everyone, and ultimately that means the best. The best result is an app that really meets the needs of end users. I've worked at every level of company you can imagine in tech, from Zoom-sized organizations to being crammed in a cube with 7 other people at an incubator, trying to find the product market fit at seed stage companies. And I know what it's like to sit elbow to elbow, working very closely with the types of developers and product managers and founders that are looking for solutions that are really scalable, accessible, reasonably priced, and also backed by the proven performance and reliability of an enterprise like Zoom. I really became more focused on the developer audience, almost like 10 years ago, when I was working for a company that was using APIs to build in-game virtual currency solutions, and just seeing the power of what can be achieved with APIs to monetize virtual experiences was a really pivotal moment for me. And so, as I said earlier, I'm really grateful that the way the developer platform is able to bring important things like that to market, to advocate for developers. We have powerful technology. We are not resting on our laurels. One of the things that I really respect about Zoom leadership and the culture that they're actively trying to cultivate is one of limited hierarchy and consistent transparency. Those are things that are, really key to the developer side of the house when it comes to execution and moving at the pace that developers expect, and ensuring that we're not only listening to what they say, what they're saying, but that we're advocating and executing based on what they're communicating to us. And that is really central to our vision for a developer platform.
Yeah, superb. And for anyone looking to get in touch with Zoom or look at the developer platform, what's the best way to find out more?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a great question. Thank you. Developers.zoom.us is the perfect destination. They can also go to our app marketplace, marketplace.zoom.us. Those are 2 great points of entry to get started and learn more.
Great. We'll put some links in the description. So I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today. However, if you've really, if you've enjoyed today's session and you want to find out more, do jump on those links. Hey, thanks, Natalie. Really good to see you. It's been great talking to you, and thanks for sharing everything.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
And thanks to everyone for watching UCTV. If you've got some good takeaways from today's session, do give us a quick mention on social and subscribe to our channel for more industry news and insights. I'm Rob Scott from UC Today. Thanks for watching.